Hello, this is Alicia. I'm coming at you for my week 25 update out from vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery, which I had on January 29th, 2014. So I will start with my numbers. My highest weight was 363 pounds. By the way, I'm 5'9" and a half. Week 23, I weighed in at 266.5. Week 24, I weighed in at 262.6. And week 25, I weighed in at, this morning, I weighed in at 260. So that gives me a total weight loss of 103 pounds, 78.1 pounds since surgery, and 53% of my excess weight. So I hit my 100-pound goal prior to my 6-month anniversary, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. My trainer asked me the other day how I felt about losing 100 pounds, and I thought certainly in my mind, intellectually, I think that that's amazing. But I said, I was so out of touch with how I looked before, what my true size was, that it's really hard for me to gauge what 100 pounds looks like. And I take pictures every month in the same clothes so that I can see my progress. But and I've never been one to take many pictures, but recently I took a picture with some friends and I just compared myself to them, and I thought, I am not as big as I thought I was. So, just trying to get a true understanding of where I am. But, certainly I feel really good about the progress that I've made. I remember thinking in the beginning, how frustrated I was with the pace of my weight loss. I thought it was too slow. I had higher expectations, but, I think I'm really glad at how things have progressed. I average about 12 pounds a month, which I think is really good, and it makes sense, and it's steady weight loss, and I'm glad about that. So, for my last update, I had a couple of things that were going to happen, were coming up. One was my fitness assessment at my fitness studio, and 2 was my 6-month checkup. So I'll start with the 6-month checkup, which I had today, and it was very uneventful. As I mentioned throughout this, I have not had any problems. I have not had any issues whatsoever. Things have gone. I couldn't have asked for really a better experience. It has just been really, really good. Sometimes I think to myself, it's weird. It doesn't even seem like I had surgery. It's just the evidence of the little scars on my stomach and the fact that I get full faster than I used to. But, it's just been really good the past 6 months in terms of just the choices that I've made and trying to put myself out there more and be a little more bold and trying to come out of my shell and all that kind of thing. So I'm just continuing to look forward to my ongoing evolution, and I'm really happy about the changes that I'm making in my life. So, no major questions came up. I didn't even see my surgeon. I saw a nurse practitioner, which I'm fine. I'll probably never see my surgeon again. It's not like we had this amazing relationship or anything. So she did her job, and I'll continue doing my job. And then I also had my physical fitness assessment. Remember I said I got an A+. Of my last one, I got an A++ for this one. So everything went really well. I increased my strength. I increased my endurance. All of my measurements certainly went down. I felt really good about that. I did, again, lose muscle mass, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't think that I can prevent losing muscle mass because of the amount of weight that I'm losing. So at this point, I'm just trying to mitigate the muscle mass loss. And I think I might have mentioned last time I was going to try to increase my protein to help with that. And I didn't do it. So I think I'm going to really try to focus on that more, and just start to get to a place where I'm not losing any more muscle mass. Surprisingly, I have really, I've lost less than 10 pounds of muscle, which I guess is not really that bad, given that I've lost 100 pounds. So I think I've lost about 5 or 6 pounds of muscle. So I'd have to go back and double check that. So I guess that's not horrible, but I certainly don't want to lose any more. So the increased protein brings me to the other topic, which is increasing my calories. So I eat about 1,000 calories today, 950 to 1,000. And I've always said that I wouldn't approach this process from a super restrictive standpoint. And I mentioned last time that I was starting to experience hunger. And I think because of my physical activity, and, just the fact that hunger does come back, I probably need to increase my calories. So I talked to my nutritionist, and he agrees with me. And the thing that I said to him was I was concerned about derailing my weight loss progress. I feel like things are going well, and I know eventually I'm going to get to a place where I'm going to plateau a little bit. I'm expecting that, but certainly I want to take as much advantage of it as I can now without getting too crazy. So I'm concerned that if I increase my calories, that may impact that. But I really do think it's probably time to bump it up to 1,200 calories. And he agrees with me. He says, yeah, you should really be eating that at this point anyway. And he thinks that I'll be surprised by my results. He says he didn't think I really had anything to be too concerned about based on my level of physical activity. So we shall see how that goes. So I'm probably going to start at 1,100 and kind of bump up, see what happens with the 1,100, and then maybe bump up to the 1,200. But I'm really looking to try to put that extra calorie, it probably won't be completely, but certainly dedicate a lot of those extra calories to protein in the efforts of helping to maintain my muscle mass. Very important as you get older, lean muscle mass. So that's that. An update on my July goals. So I had 3 goals, which was to meet up with a new acquaintance, part of my effort to come out of my shell, tell my family I had weight loss surgery, and do a fun outdoor adventure. Fun outdoor adventure hasn't happened, but I'm hoping to do that with my family next week. Family telling them about weight loss surgery hasn't happened, but I will see them on Saturday, and that's when I'm going to tell them. And then the new acquaintance. So here's what happened on that. So I did meet up with a new acquaintance. I actually went out on a date. I went to a festival here in Ohio last Saturday. I had kind of befriend, I don't know. Anyway, I started talking to this guy, and we ended up meeting up for coffee and then decided to go out on an actual date. So I don't know that I'm necessarily expecting anything, but it's certainly nice to get a little bit of attention and to have that to look forward to. I have not dated very much, quite honestly. And I don't normally get very much attention, or if I do, I'm oblivious to it because I've always felt like, why would they be interested in me? So, or the people that are always interested in me are either old men or lesbians. And not that there's anything wrong with either one of those demographics. They're just not for me. So, that's nice. And we'll see what happens. Certainly I'm not looking for anything in particular. But, there we go. So I did meet up with a new acquaintance. And then my NSVs for the since the last time I logged are both fitness related. So I jogged 1 mile straight, which I was pretty proud of myself. It's weird when you start out, at least for me, when I start out jogging and I get like 5 minutes in and I'm like, oh, I can't do it. It's too much. And then it's something like you push through that. If you just keep going, it's like you get a second wind. And before you know it, you know, I'm like, okay, I can do a minute more. Oh, I can do a minute more. I can do another 1/10 of a mile. I can do another 1/10 of a mile. And then made it to a mile. So I was proud of that. So my objective was to get to a mile and then start working on my time. So that's what I'm going to do. Additionally, I also jogged in public. So whenever I jog on the treadmill, I always do it at the in the workout in the gym at work. Because when I go, which is after work, there's nobody in there. So if I want to experiment or jog or do whatever, I can without having judging eyes on me. Although nobody, I'm sure, cares about what I'm doing in there. But, you know, I'm extremely self-conscious. So, but I was at my workout studio doing my cardio before my circuit training. And I was walking really fast. And I wanted to speed up. I'm like, oh, I got to go faster. Because I try to push myself. I gotta go faster. And then it got to a place where I couldn't walk that fast. So I just said, to hell with it. I'm just gonna start jogging. And, you know, I didn't die. Nobody, you know, stared at me. Nobody busted out laughing saying, look at that big fat girl trying to jog on the treadmill. And, you know, my trainer, when she came to get me, she was like, she commented, I'm sure she was just being nice, but she's like, you were looking really good. I was so impressed. That's really fantastic. And then she went and told another one of the trainers, did you see Alicia jogging? So she made a big deal of it. I appreciate her for that, for trying to make me feel good about it. So I will probably continue to do that. So now that I know that nothing terrible happened because I jogged in public where other people could see me, I will probably continue to do that. And I think that really is it for this week.